There is no greater medicine than the cross. The Northmen owe thanks to the first inhabitants of this area as they have graciously shared the cross with our community. We respectfully acknowledge that the land on which we stand today is located within the traditional territory of Tiamatani, Arawangan, Orangeville, and Winnipeg. We also recognize the enduring presence of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. We are grateful for the opportunity to play the game we love, and we commit to learning more about the history of these lands and to fostering respectful relationships with Indigenous peoples. This acknowledgement is a step towards recognizing the ongoing connection of Indigenous peoples to this land and our shared responsibility to uphold treaty agreements and work towards reconciliation.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's OJLL matchup between the visiting Toronto Beaches and your Smokies Garage Clark Construction, Orangeville Junior A Northmen. At this time, we ask those who are able to stand and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem, which will be performed this evening by Danica from Tritone Music Studio.
Not working.
Okay.
Check 1, 2. We're live? Good evening and welcome to a Sunday Fun Day here in beautiful Orangeville, Ontario, where your Junior A Northmen take on the visiting Toronto Beaches. Happy Father's Day to all those fathers out there who have joined us on the broadcast and here live in the building. Orangeville comes in to tonight's game after a convincing 10-3 win against the Burlington Blaze. And Toronto also comes off their most recent win to the Mimico Mountaineers. And here we go. Toronto with the first possession. They'll get first crack at the score clock here as they work it around and get their offense out. Fines with it now on the right side. He shoots around a short defender, and that goes wide, and that'll be over and back. Or perhaps the referees say no, that maybe hit Orangeville goaltender Cole Downey. My apologies. Gonzalez up the floor. They're working from the far side now, Toronto. Pass over to Fines. Fines looking to make a move. He's their top scorer. You got to watch him tonight. And an unbelievable save there by Cole Downey to kick things off, where Fines had him jumping right out of his shoes and tried to sneak it underneath, but somehow Cole Downey found a way to keep it out. Up the floor now is the Northmen. Matthews with it now. He exchanges over to Sanderson. Sanderson trying to go underneath, as he likes to do. There he goes. He gets a step on his man. Oh, he tries to pass it out there to Rossetti, but the stick hooked, and it'll be Toronto ball with the over and back. Toronto with it now. Chamberlain. He passes across, down to the far corner. Toronto carries. Nice little shovel pass there, and it back down to the crease, but the Northland defense respond well, and that is shut down quickly. Northmen come up the floor. Here comes Costigan. Costigan puts it back to Matthews. That's misread. And the Northmen are off to a shaky start here. Costigan regains control with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes Kruger. He's got some room underneath. He stopped well and passes across to Matthews. Matthews comes across the top. He exchanges to the other side to Wilson, the newcomer, who's got only one game with the Northmen so far, who had a great game on Friday night, and he's put right back into the mix. Some shenanigans early here after the whistle. No one worse for wear, and Toronto carries the ball up to half. Friedman passes to Fines, who can't handle it, and that bounces up into the mesh. A bit of a sloppy start on both sides, it seems. Some more uncharacteristic misses here in the Junior A ranks, as both teams looking to find their bearings early. Here comes Toronto. Down to Fines. You'll see him with the ball a lot tonight in his stick, as he tries to come across a pick up the top, but he has nothing going there as the Northmen defend well. A little over the back, behind the shoulder pass that goes a little bit too high, and it'll be Northman ball. Berman with it now carries. Miller with it now. He gets it down to Kruger. Kruger will pass it up to Jennings as he gets it right back to Kruger, and now the righties will go to work on the strong side. Kruger slips, but no worse for wear. He gets up, and he's got 8 seconds. He shoots on the run, and that's high off the goalie, and all the Northmen have retreated, and it's an easy loose ball for the Toronto defense. Vivian with it now carries. He's looking to get it off to someone as he can get off the floor. Toronto setting up on the far side. They get it back over here to Langiel. And Toronto with it on the far side again. They're looking for something. Stayed to the outside by the Northman defense. Ledin gets one. He had a nice save there by Downey, as Ledin had a good look from the dotted line. Costigan. Now Matthews casually carries down to his office and exchanges to Sanderson. Sanderson with it now, carries back to Matthews. Matthews comes across the top. He likes to shoot on the run. He's going to plant and shoot one stick side, and that's neatly saved by Finn Topping, who just came in from London Junior B and is getting his first start in the Junior A ranks with Toronto. Toronto recollects it after a missed loose ball. An attempted shot around the defender, and that goes wide. Northmen pick it up. Dash Adams struggling with the loose ball. He finally comes out with it, and there's only 20 seconds left in the shot. A little shovel pass here to Braden Gilmore. Braden Gilmore got to be careful on the line as he toes it, throws it over his back, and now it's a breakaway for Fines. Fines, a nice little far side, short side to finish, as there was some great pressure up by the half line by Toronto to force the turnover, and Mr. Fines gets on the board once again for the Toronto Beaches. As you can see, Fine here, nice open shot, just kind of staggers his way in there and sells the shot far side low on Downey, who bites and makes no mistake to put it into the open net on the short side. It's 1-0 Toronto Beaches early here in the first period.
Beaches goal, scored by number 17, Ethan Vine. Assisted by number 7, Ryan Gonzalez.
Campbell, number 11 there on your screen, as been very good on the face-off dot, and not sure what the call was there. I missed it, but nevertheless, it's Northman ball. Sanderson with it now, working with Kruger as per usual. Matthews now. He carries across the top. His change to Sanderson. Sanderson looking to come over top, and a nice pick from Kruger. Sanderson elects to shoot. That's right into the crest of Topping, and he handles that easily. Some light pressure now by the offense, and Toronto will make their way up the floor easily with another opportunity here. A nice pass across and missed the net. Did Toronto. Another behind the net opportunity for Toronto, but the referee says no way. He ran through the crease to get there. That was Tadarick trying to attempt the from behind. Miller gets it down to Rossetti. Rossetti carries. He looks to go. The American not afraid to shoot on the run either, as he's a teammate in high school with Matthews, who has the ball now, coming out around the top. He likes to get a shot there. Rossetti shoots around the screen. That misses wide and right into the stick of Lewick, who now turns it over, and Vanderwall will carry across center. The big body of Vanderwall passes off to the far side for Toronto. Toronto looking for their second. Carried now and shot, but a good stick there by the captain. Messier forced Fowler's shot to go high and wide. Northman's offense gets out here with a full 30 seconds, and it looks like some behind the play slashes are going to be given to, it looks like Orangeville here, as I'm sure someone did something on the defensive end to the Northmen, and of course the referee will always catch the second one and not the first, and it'll be a Toronto power play, our first of the day here on a Father's Day, Sunday night in Orangeville. It looks like Bladon will set it up here with Fines on the shooter and Chamberlain on the right crease. Rounded out by Tadarick on the far side shooter. A nice little quick hitter right away, and that is saved by Downey and picked up by Berman as he legs it up the floor. Some soft pressure there by the Beaches, and here comes Rossetti. Rossetti, great athletic skill. The field player trying his turn in box lacrosse this summer up here in Orangeville. Sanderson with it now. He looks to go underneath as he likes. He loses the ball, and that'll kill about 20 seconds of the power play, and Toronto will go back to work. Bladon with it now. Some lazy hidden ball tricks that fools no one, and he's going to get to work here. See if they go back to a quick hitter. Looks like they'll set it up a little bit more, and they're right into it. Screen over the top. Fines now with it. He shoots and scores. Now I know that Messier's stick did get in the lane there. I'm wondering if it was just enough to fool the goaltender. You don't ever not want to get your stick in the lane, but as we watch Fines, as they work it around here, a little seal, a pass to Fines. Messier gets his stick in there, and you got to wonder, it looked like Downey had it red there, but it looks like maybe just that little interference of Messier's stick maybe threw the ball off course and fooled Downey, and it is 2-0 early for the Toronto Beaches. A much needed loose ball by the ball team of Orangeville. A crisp pass that missed the mark, and now Shabbat gets it out to Costigan. Costigan will slow things down and get down back to Shabbat. They'll stay in play, it looks like. Shabbat over to Kruger. Kruger going one-on-one with Ryan. Kruger comes around the top. He shoots, and that just misses short side and high. Kruger with it again. He's got 3 seconds. He gets it right on the mark, and that's gobbled up by Topping, who has had an excellent start here in the first 8 minutes of the game. Toronto with it now low. That's Fowler. Fowler carries and looks to exchange to the left side. He does so, and Toronto will attack from the other side. Here comes Longueuil. He's hit a little late, and that is an interference call. That'll be a fresh 30 for the Toronto Beaches. Fowler with it now. He exchanges to the far corner, and A nice little pass on the inside that the teammate wasn't ready for. The Northmen are the other way. A little back pass here to Gilmore. Gilmore will shoot, and that's got a stick on it, but that was right on the mark. And Topping has yet another save in the first period. Vivian with it now. He'll casually carry over center and dump it off there to Vanderwall. Vanderwall carries and dumps it off to Fines. Fines waits for reinforcements, comes across the top. He'll shoot around a screen, and that had the top right-hand corner marked, but just missed. And it looks like the goalie got a piece of it, and it will be a reset. Here come the Beaches. Fines again. He comes in and has a good look at Downey, but Downey finds a way to keep the ball out of the net. Noble with it now. Off to Rossetti. Rossetti looking for some room. Good pressure here by Borden Pusey with some great pressure to kill about half this shot clock off. Kruger with it now. He's going to shoot on the run, and that's a great toe save by Topping and a much-needed offensive rebound for the Northmen. Another one by Rossetti really quick. He easily scoops it back up off the boards. And now we got Matthews. Matthews, nice little shovel pass there to Jennings, who's having trouble picking it up, but he gathers it anyway. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Good pressure by the Beaches still. Jennings with a swim move, but that's turned away. Gets a nice one to Rossetti there. Rossetti from a sharp angle. That hits the goalie right in the face, and it'll be Toronto Beaches' ball. Friedman with it now. He gets it off to Candy, who gets it down low to the corner on the far side. A late Northman off the bench tries to stick check there on Bladon, but Bladon was ready for it and didn't give it up. An outside shot from far to beat the shot clock, but that goes far and wide, and it'll be an easy 30-second clock for the Orangeville Northman offense. A little over halfway through the first period, and the Northmen still looking for their first goal to stop this 2-0 run by the Beaches. Sanderson with it now carries. He gets it across the top to Miller. Looks like another illegal pick called on the Northmen, and the Toronto Beaches are away again with a breakaway, and a great save, much needed by Downey. And let's see if the Northmen can turn it here with Costigan on a fast break of their own. Costigan surveys. Nothing going there, so he passes back to Kruger. Kruger backs out and gets it back to Costigan. Costigan gets it low now to Matthews. Matthews carries across top. He's got some room here to shoot. He will, and that's gobbled up by Topping. Topping has shown that he is not afraid to throw the ball, and he throws it very well and very accurately here to his teammates in Toronto. A funny one off the boards. Fines tries the backhand, but that goes wide. Now Noble picks up the loose ball, and it looks like Northmen have a break, possibly a 2-on-1. Noble gets to the middle of the floor and nothing going there. He gets decked by Cale Ryan, and Ryan will take the ball back. He throws it to an unsuspecting teammate in Friedman, and now the Northmen are doubling the ball and trying to get the ball back. Somehow Toronto Beaches come up with it again. And now that's Fowler with the ball. Fowler carries, exchanges to the far side, a bad pass there, and it's not handled. Gilmore with the good pressure. Gets a loose ball, he scoops it up and runs to space. Gilmore will patiently wait for the offense to come out as there's no pressure. And now Jennings will try to slow things down and get things started for the Northmen. Rossetti with it now. He's looking to go one-on-one. He swim moves, try to go underneath, nothing going there. Good defense by Toronto. Here comes Kruger, he's got a space. He shoots. Tries to go back short side, and it trickles in after it looked like Finn Topping had it all under control. Somehow the ball found the back of the net, and the Northmen find the answer they've been looking for just under 12 minutes. And now it is 2-1 for Toronto, not 3-0 for Toronto, as you see on your screen. Cameraman Jim with some technical difficulties early on in this game. He's fixed it now, folks. Excuse me. I apologize to Cameraman Jim. He's wonderful and handsome. Happy Father's Day, Jim. It's a hell of a day. Campbell wins it cleanly back there to Costigan, who now moves it up to Shabbat. who gets it across to Sanderson, who will wait for reinforcements as minor teammates, him and Jennings, pass it back and forth. And now the rookie Miller gets it down to Sanderson again, and the Northmen will go back to work. Surveying, shooting. He's going to shoot. Oh, maybe not. He pulls it back, gets it back over to Miller. 4 seconds left now, and a big shot by Wilson. That's a save and a nice offensive rebound by the newcomer from Elora. Karen Jennings with it now. Gets it over to Dylan Sanderson. Sanderson now to Matthews. Matthews carries casually down. He's got great feet. Watch out for him shooting on the run. Another plant, and he had the goalie going the proper way that he wanted, but he just couldn't hit his mark. Another offensive rebound for the Northmen, which is very important here in Junior A lacrosse, folks, to get resets and to get multiple opportunities in one offensive set. It wears down the defense, it wears down the goalie, and it gives energy to the offensive team. Another offensive rebound by Jennings, picked up neatly with one hand. And that'll be another fresh 30 seconds as Jennings is spent, and he'll go off for Max Kruger. Now, strong right side. Sanderson will shoot. That's almost gathered by Matthews, but a funny bounce off the boards proves it too difficult. Good double team here by Miller. A nice little check by Matthews, and it'll be Northman ball. That's as good as an offensive rebound, folks, and the Northmen get to go back to work for a fourth time. Miller with it now, slows it down as he has 20 seconds left. Costigan coming out for an offensive shift. He seems to never get tired. Rossetti, he tries to go underneath. He's got some room, but he trips up. Gets a nice pass from his back out to Kruger. Kruger looking for something. Nice little backhand to Sanderson. Sanderson low to high. He shoots one, and that is stopped by Topping. An unbelievable couple of minutes there on offense by Orangeville. They would like to have a goal out of that, but nonetheless wore down the Toronto defense for a good couple of minutes and got some good opportunities. Toronto back to work now. Far side here, they got some room. Nice open shot from the outside, and that's right in the breadbasket of Downey, who shows his stick skills of his own and hits Noble mid-floor, no problem. Jennings back out, rejuvenated. He's coming off injury, was the player of the game last Friday for the Northmen with a hat trick. Matthews with it now. He swims, doesn't get around the defender, and he gets a nice pick there from Jennings and gets it across to Kruger. Kruger, double team now. He tries a one-handed shot. That was John Jr.-esque, but to no avail as Finn Topping has had a wonderful first 15 minutes here with the Toronto Beaches. Into the corner now for Faller. Faller across to his counterpart on the far side. Back over here to Longueuil. Longueuil, he hits it behind the net looking for a dunk, but that is disrupted by a Northland defender, and a loose ball ensues, and they'll just muck it as the Northmen will get the ball back from the shot clock. A missed mark there by Shabbat, but he makes no mistake in correcting it and gets over in time for the 8-second rule. Kruger with it now, carries from mid-side. He comes over the pile and gets it to Miller. Miller gets it back in the middle. A nice little one-handed try. A great move as he was tied up on his right hand. He threw it into his left and got a shot off on Topping, but Topping had the answer far side. Northmen looking to pressure these Toronto defenders as they look unsure as they get over half. Vivian down to the corner to finds some room for one-on-one, and a great shot low on the glove side to Downey, but Downey is able to shut the door. Toronto Beaches gets another goal off of the Fines rebound. It looks like a Northman defender maybe lost his mark as that Toronto offensive player came right down the pipe uncontested. There's the shot that came, and look, a wide open Vivian comes right down the middle. No Northman around him as everyone was maybe transfixed on the rebound. And now the Toronto Beaches have increased their lead back to 2 at 3-1. Looks like the Northmen took a checking from behind penalty right before the goal, but that'll be negated by the score. I believe, or is it a 4-minute? Looks like the referees are sorting it out with the Northmen bench bosses. Nobody in the box yet, but it looks like Mr. Noble will serve it. And refreshments are brought in by cameraman Jim. So it looks like it was probably a 4-minute from behind penalty, and I would assume that only 2 minutes will be served by Mr. Noble in the box, as they did score on the play after the penalty. So Toronto Beach is back up 3-1. Cooper Campbell trying to get the dot going. And it looks like it'll be Toronto ball. Looks like Toronto's got a pretty good draw man, and Jaden Maseko as well, and that'll be a battle to watch as the night continues. Fines with it now on the power play. He is ever dangerous, 17 for blue. An outside shot early, right in the crest of Downey, and he's going to find a streaking captain. The pass is a little bit off the mark, and a one-handed effort to grab it did not happen for Mr. Messier as he tries to get back in time to set up the box. Three minutes remaining in the period. Fines with it now, carries. Bladon, nice little backhand there, and a far side little tickler there by Caleb Tatarek. Missed the mark. Another nice little neat backhand. Crease pass now, behind the net, back to the crease. Up to the front man, and that's off a stick. A good stick by Costigan to force that one wide and all the way back down the floor to kill some time for the Northmen shorthand team. A bad pass goes errant, and now Cooper Campbell legs it out. He gets it over to Costigan, who's got a great motor, and he'll look to stay and maybe kill some of this time off. 20 seconds remaining in the shot clock to do so. There's about a 12-second discrepancy between the shot clock and the penalty. So unless the Northmen get an offensive rebound here, the Beaches will have about 10 seconds to get it up the floor and get a shot in this power play, or it'll be over. Kruger assaulted by three men and gives it up. Topping gets it across. And up now to the point man, Bladon. Bladon waiting for his reinforcements. Looks like Fines has moved to the crease. Watch out for that play. Fines moves out in front and right off the face mask of Downey. And now the Northmen are off to the races. Let's see here if we're going to get a shot. And we will. Maybe could have pulled the trigger a little bit early, but he gets his own rebound. And no one's worse for wear. And the Northmen will go back to work with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Shabbat. He carries. Usually a defender, but he stays for offense. Rossetti, he shoots on the run, and a great shot on the run it was. It just missed the mark. And now Vivian heads up. He's got Miller coming in. Trailer coming in. A shot from the outside by Friedman. From far out, fools goaltender Cole Downey, and that bounces 5-hole. And the Toronto cushion their lead by 3 now to make it 4-1. Got the replay here from cameraman Jim, and Vivian just takes it to the corner lazily, and a shot from almost the restraining line. Friedman just looked like he just hammered it on the floor, and sometimes those crossbody bouncers are foolish, and it looked like Downey maybe wanted that one back by his body language after the goal went in. A big draw now for the Northmen. One cleanly behind, but it looked like Chase Smith was the first one to the ball off the line. And it'll be Toronto ball. Good pressure here by Berman. Bladon slows it down. Bladon off to Fines. Fines carries to the corner and starts to work from mid-floor. Fines across this crease. Back to Fines. Fines will shoot around a screen, and that is gobbled up by Cole Downey. Kruger with it now. Northmen looking to close the gap here to 2 late in the first. Matthews with it now. He comes across the top. Here comes Kruger, or Sanderson, excuse me. Gets a nice spot. Oh, tries to go into Kruger, but a great stick there by Friedman, the goal scorer, the most recent goal scorer, to knock that down. It's a reset now for the Northmen. 5 seconds left on the 2, 1, and a shot from Costigan, and that is stopped by Finn Topic. Well, that ends the first 20 minutes here on a Sunday night. Happy Father's Day to everyone, and the Toronto Beaches are up 4, Northmen 1. We'll see you back here in 10 minutes. Welcome back and happy Father's Day to a Sunday night in Orangeville for a 7 o'clock match between your Orangeville Northmen and the Toronto Beaches. Toronto Beaches got off to a hot start here against the Northmen, scoring first and second. The Northmen got one back, and the Beaches ended up rallying with two more of their own, as rookie goaltender Topping has been the story of the night, stifling most of Northmen's efforts to try to get on the board. The Northmen are going to look to clean things up on this period, as it was a pretty sloppy first. And here we go again with Toronto getting the first crack and first possession. Toronto moves it up the floor. They're going to have to get up there quick to evade the 8-second rule. And it looks like they're going to get a chance here, and no. Friedman will pull it out and give it over to the right side to Fines now. Fines, always dangerous, looking to come across the top. He gets a nice pick there, but that's a moving a little too much, says the referee, and it'll be Northman ball. Noble picks it up, and he'll be on his horse. Up to Berman. Berman clears center, and he'll look to get it over to Jennings as he gets off. Jennings over to Kruger. Kruger carries across the top. Over now to Matthews. Matthews carries now. He's got someone on the far side, doesn't see him in time. Carries back over to his side, and he's going to attack now across the top, and a shot over the crowd there, but a good Toronto stick stifles that shot, and it's right back in to the Toronto's hands. Ladon stops up. Ladon now at the top. He's looking over there for Fines. Finds him now on the far side. Fines has a little bit of a lane to the net. Tries a nice shot there. Good defensive effort. But Fines somehow just kind of gets down that lane, jumps, and throws it underneath a jumping Downey. See, Bladon loves to find 17 on the far side as he gets down. Not terrible, he's pushed down the lane, but that jump, I believe, fooled Downey just enough to puff up. And Fines was able to slide it under him, and now it's 5-1, Toronto Beaches. Campbell with it now. He swats it back, and it'll be Northland ball to start this second possession. A little over 1 minute in, and the Northmen are down by 4. Miller with it now. He carries across and gets it over to Kruger. Kruger back to Miller. Kruger wants it back, and he gets it. Rossetti down to Sanderson. Strong on the right side now for the Northmen. Sanderson gets it back over to Matthews. Matthews has some space underneath. He's looking for Miller. Just misses Miller on the inside. There's 2 seconds left. Rossetti's going to have to get one. Oh, and he misses wide. It'll be Toronto ball on the shot clock violation. That bounces all the way down, and that'll give Toronto the advantage with a full 30 and all 5 offensemen out there. Fines to start with, as per usual. Fines moves it out to the top. Over here to Candy now. Candy working a 2-man game. A nice feed on the inside, and a great little feed there from Candy to Tarek. And thankfully, Cole Downey was on his game to stop the far side effort. Fines gets pushed down to the ground, and it looks like there will be a penalty coming to the North. Costigan with some choice words for the Toronto bench as he heads off to the sin bin, and it'll be another Toronto Beaches power play to start this second period, up by 4. Ladon now with it. Down to Tatrick. He gets it to the corner and behind the net now, and up back to Fine. Ladon now with it. He's going to shoot from the outside, and a great shot by Ladon, but the right shoulder of Downey had something to say about that. Berman now carries it casually over center, and he waits. Northland going to try to run this 30-second clock out and try to get past this penalty early here in the second and get back to work 5-on-5. Matthews with it now. Northland looking to penetrate. A lot of outside shots here tonight so far. Kruger comes across top. He shoots on the run, and a great save there by Topping, as that had the bottom left-hand corner pasted, but Topping read it all the way from outside. Looks like a violation on Toronto, so Orangeville will go back with possession. 1 minute, 10 seconds left in the penalty. Northmen with it now. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Sanderson, you got to believe he's going to want to go underneath. He comes across the top instead and sends it over to Matthews. Matthews back to Kruger, cross wide. Kruger into Garen Jennings, who gets a weak shot on net, and it'll be 50 seconds left in the power play for Toronto as Bladon casually walks over half and gets it over to his favorite target, Mr. Fines. Fines back up to Bladon. Over here to Tattarick. Tattarick will shoot around the course, and that's blocked by a body, and unable to pick it up there was Campbell, and it's back to Bladon with 5 seconds left. Tattarick, great face dodge move there, and a great stick by Berman to disrupt the shot. That goes far and wide, and now the Northmen have a chance, and there's a million whistles going, and Coach Kruger has his palms to the air, wondering what has happened, why that wasn't called a good possession. I think most of the people in the rink are wondering why, and it looks like it was a Toronto penalty for too many men. I'm not sure why the whistle went, if that was the call, as Orangeville had the advantage here with a breakaway pass. That might be a little bit of a misstep from the referees, but they'll never admit it, of course. And now with 16 seconds left, it'll be 4-on-4. And after that, the Northmen will have the better of a minute and a half to go to work. A much-needed goal here for the Northmen. Looks like they'll elect to wait for 5 seconds to run off and go with 15 seconds on the shot, 5-on-4. 10 seconds left in the shot clock now for the Northmen power play. A little catch and go for heads up, Mr. Kruger, and he's almost upended by Smith as he gets it off just in time. And a good thing for Max Kruger that he snapped his head around in time, or that could have been ugly. Toronto now attacks. 4-on-5 here on the offensive end with 20 seconds remaining in the shot. With it now is Borden Pusey. He faces off there to Fowler, who collects his own rebound after being checked, and now he's triple teamed, and there's a loose ball. Northmen have to be careful not to get an interference, and they do. Clements with it now. He'll look to dish off to get the 5-man unit of the power play for Orangeville. 15 seconds remain in the second period. Sanderson with it now. He gets it down to Matthews. Matthews, a good rotation on the strong right side for the Northmen. Kruger now passes back to Jennings. Back and forth to Jennings. It's Kruger. A backhand to Sanderson. He doesn't want to shoot. Gives it over here to Matthews. He shoots over the top. And a diving save there by Cale Ryan saves a potential goal. And Toronto is back to kill another 30 seconds. A 1 second discrepancy between the shot clock and the penalty. It looks like this will be the end of the Northmen power play. Bladon with it. He has the ball on the left side as much as Fines has it on the right. Bladon, he's got to toe the line here. He throws it into the corner wisely, and now we're back to 5-on-5. 5-1. Toronto Beaches. Matthews with it now, gets it down to Jennings, and he gets it across to Kruger. Kruger, we're looking for some space here. He gets it back over to Matthews. Matthews down to Jennings. Back skip pass over, back to Jennings, back to Kruger, and Kruger lets one roll, and he gets a much-needed goal from the outside. A nice bouncer from way out. Not unlike the Toronto goal at the end of the first period from far outside. The crossbody bouncer fools goaltender Topping as Kruger gets it right outside the dotted line. Some great ball movement back and forth by the Northmen, and they shorten the gap to 3. It is 5-2 for Toronto. 2 good face-off men in the dot here. Campbell looking to get back into the win zone here. A 50-50 now. It's a loose ball, and Maseko picks it up. He's been excellent on the dot all night. Gonzalez. He carries from the near side. He comes across the top and exchanges over there to Fines. Fines looking for another one. Fines carries, dodges, Good job by Campbell, and now finds some room. He gets it inside to his teammate, and that is in behind Downey. And the captain, Messier, will scoop that up, and it will be Northman possession. Jennings on his wrong side just to alleviate some pressure, and Sanderson with it now. Jennings makes his way back. Sanderson always looking to go underneath. He comes across the top now. Gets it over to Matthews. Matthews skipped to Kruger. Kruger back over there to Miller, who can't handle it, and a good check by Toronto, and the stick of Topping is showed off again here to Gonzalez, who broke out, and that is stopped by goaltender Cole Downey, who looks like he is back on his game. Kruger carries casually with 20 seconds left on the shot. Kruger looking to come across top. Great steal there by Wilson. Over to Jennings now. Jennings over the top, and that doesn't miss by much off the goal, and that's out of bounds. It should be Northman ball, and it is, says the referee. Northman looking for some momentum here. Rossetti looks to go underneath. He shovels it back out there, off the mark a bit to Kruger, but he gathers it. Kruger now comes across the top, gets it to Jennings. Quick stick back to Kruger. Back to Jennings. Jennings with some pressure. He beats it with a roll outside and tries to go in for the shot, and he gets his stick free just enough to beat the goaltender underneath. And the lone Northman fan on this side of the rink claps hard. He's also my brother, ladies and gentlemen. He's a handsome man. Happy Father's Day, Owen Marshallton. As you can see here on the replay, Jennings just, it's not bad defense by the Toronto defender, and Jennings just with his big body is able to muscle it in and get his stick flashed to the middle just in enough time to beat Topping 5-hole to close the gap to 2. It is now 5-3 Toronto Beaches. Not sure who called the timeout here. I was having a drink. But nonetheless, it looks like it's a water break for the goaltenders. Excuse me. So here we are, 12:10 left in the second period. It's been all Toronto in the first period and a bit of Toronto early in the second. But Orangeville Northmen have come back and answered with 2 of their own to close the gap. And we're approaching the midpoint of the game with 12:10 left in the second. Another important face-off for both teams as they are looking to extend their win streak to 2. A good loose ball there by Ron. Ron carries across. Is there going to be a fast break opportunity? No, he'll slow it down and give it off to Matthews. Matthews exchanges over to Kruger. Kruger now with it. He comes across the top. Nothing going there. Good defense by Toronto so far. A nice find there to Jennings. Jennings tries to float it far side, and that's no going, and that'll be over and back since it did not hit the goaltender. Orangeville and Toronto both getting their defense and offense out respectively, and guess who's starting with the ball? Mr. Fines. Fines comes across the top. Always dangerous, looking for something to happen. Ladon, he finds a nice little short side. He found a little bit of room there, far side, and just jams it far side low, stick side on Downey. These Toronto Beaches on their power play and on their offensive sets, if they've got some room, they're going to go right away. And it just looked like trying to take the top away and a little bit too much room underneath. And the lane was there for Ladon, and he was able to cash in on that, extending the lead of the Beaches back to 3, 6-3 Toronto. It's been a bit of a battle here on the face-off dot all night. Let's see how this one comes up. Costigan with some great speed up there. He picks it up. And now Dash Adams will wait as the offensive unit comes out for Northman. Northman looking to respond here. Rossetti with it now. Rossetti gets a pick. He goes the wrong way, and now a slipping defenseman can gain the average for the Northmen, and a nice shot there by Matthews goes off the post. It'll be a reset for the Northmen. Sanderson with it now. He comes across the top. He's got some space to shoot. He will across the, and he gets one, almost looked like it went right through Topping. And a much needed response by 19 gets the gap back to 3 for the Northmen. So Northmen off an ever important offensive rebound, get the ball back here, and Sanderson with a little bit of a melee there. The Toronto defender just sitting back a little bit too much from the dotted line, and Sanderson just takes the opportunity to rip across the screen. And he gets the Northmen within 2 here, almost halfway through the second period. Looking forward to this battle on the dot. The mismatch in size is staggering. However, Mr. Campbell's been pretty good, and he's going to try to pick one up, and it ends up in the Toronto stick. A good double team here at the line. Will it be 8 seconds? It will not be. They shovel it across the half, and the Northmen are going to go get it back, and here comes Ron with it. Ron, he's going to need to get into trouble here as he's got some good pressure from Toronto. He finds his way out of it with his feet, gets it off to Dash Adams. And now the Orangeville Northmen will go to work. Dash Adams staying to play. Kruger with it now on the near side. Back to Miller. Over to Matthews. Matthews with lots going on in front of him. He gets it over to Kruger now. He's got some space on the two-man side with Wilson. Kruger now shooting from the wrong side. Tries to go 5-hole. It pushes the stick back, but not enough as Topping makes the save. And now Toronto will go to work. Reaching the halfway point now in the second period. A 2-goal advantage for Toronto. Candy with it now on the near side. Candy bumps it off to Tadarick, who now carries across the top and exchanges over. Fines with it now. Fines into the middle there, but that's well covered there by Shabbat. A nice pass up here to Costigan, and the Toronto Beaches are back in plenty of time, and Orangeville will have to slow it down. Sanderson carries casually down to the mid boards. Across the top, a nice pass there, down to Matthews, and a no-doubt one-timer gets caught and put right into the net. A no-goal called by the referee. We don't know for what. I'm not sure about the call here, but it didn't seem like anyone was near the crease. We'll hopefully get some clarification for that, folks at home. But that looked like a good goal to this guy. Fines with it now. Little shovel pass out there to his teammate, and Bladon looking to get dangerous again. Noble with some tenacious defense on Bladon. A mismatch there for Campbell, although he takes a couple of hits to make a play out to Berman, who is able to slow things down as the Northern offense come out the front door. Kruger with it now. He looks like he's got to jump in his step. He's got some space. He shoots. Kind of rattles around there on Topping, but he does a good job to corral it, and away they go. Pusey now with it. Sends it over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez dishes it off here to Bladon. Candy with it now. Behind the net to Fines. He tries to get the dish in, and he scores. A beautiful behind the net goal. Downey was there, but just a fraction of a second too late. And finds a way to get it in from behind the net. See here, it's good positioning there, and I mean, Downey was there. It just found a small spot to get in there on the dive from behind the net by Fines, and Fines was able to get his team back up with a 3-goal lead. It is 7-4 now with 8:22 remaining in the second period. Another face-off win for Toronto. That was Longueuil with the face-off win against Campbell. A nice over and back defensive effort by the Northern defense. And now the offense goes to work trying desperately to close this gap, more than 2 or 3 goals. Matthews with it now carries. He gets it over to Sanderson. Sanderson looking to work with Kruger as they do so well. Sanderson will shoot, and he scores a nice goal. A good response from number 19 in your programs, ladies and gentlemen, as he has some words for the young goaltender Topping, hopefully getting in his head for the future. Sanderson, you get just a great pick there by Kruger, who opens it right up for Sanderson, who shoots a little bit off balance. but he makes no mistakes in putting it in the back of the net, and the Northmen are back within 2, just like that. Northmen now trying Bishop Berman on the face-off dot against Big Maseko, and Maseko wins that rather easily, and not over and back there on the face-off as possession is given a few seconds to use the entire floor until they gain it, as Fines wisely knows that rule and uses it. Ledon now with it, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Northern defense looking to have a big stop. A nice little dish on the inside and a great save by Cole Downey as he dives across and saves that from a nice shot there from a frustrated Caleb Tatrick who thought he had one. Wilson with it now. He's looking to dish. He gets it over to, and another cross pass there to Kruger, and that rattles around and doesn't find its way into the back of the net as Topping gets just enough of it to keep it out. And now Toronto is back on the attack. Gonzalez with it now. Gonzalez looking to go underneath. A little bit too much room there by the Orangeville defender, allows it. And luckily, Cole Downey had the answer. Now Northman counter. Wisely pull it out as Toronto had the numbers there and not the Northmen. Evan Miller with it. He sends it over to Matthews. Strong on the right side here for the Northmen. Or excuse me, yes, the right side. Oh, and that doesn't miss by much by Sanderson. About a little bit wide there, but it looks like the goalie maybe got a piece of it as it's a Northern ball, and they'll get a fresh 30. Miller setting some picks on that side. Strong right side here for Sanderson. He's looking to come across the top. Good defense by Toronto so far. Matthews looking to shoot. He does it. He gets one by Topping, and now the Northmen are within 1, and it looks like the Northmen have gained a little bit of momentum, especially at the 5-hole on Finn Topping here in the second period. So again, I've talked about it to death, ladies and gentlemen. The offensive rebounds are so important, getting those resets, a fresh 30, and Matthews just kind of clutches, and a bit of an overcommitment there by Owen Vivian allows him to get the inside track, and he makes no mistakes in depositing to the back of the net. And the Northmen, looky, are here within 1. Cooper Campbell back on the face-off dot, looking to get retributed. It looks like that'll go to the captain. Another one-handed loose ball. That'll come back up on Campbell. He's going to have to protect it and get it over in 8 seconds, and he'll do that with a little bit of pressure as he dishes it off, and that's a well-fought loose ball for the Orangeville Northmen. As they continue their run here, or look to continue their run, and Kruger, who also looks like he's got a lot more pep in his step now, he comes across the top, gets over to Jennings, back over to Kruger. Kruger looking to go one-on-one perhaps. He rolls around, gets the inside track, a beautiful far side, short side diving shot, but unfortunately misses the mark, and Finn Topping had the better of Kruger there. I thought for sure that was in. A wonderful move there by Max Kruger, trying to get the Northmen all tied up here at 7. Looks like after that dive, there's a little bit of moisture in the crease, so they'll send out a young towel boy to fix that up, and here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams taking the opportunity to, the Toronto Beaches taking an opportunity to use this floor cleaning timeout to gather their troops and possibly a set play offensively. Wiley coaching here where you're not allowed to do that, so what they do is they put some defense players out on the floor and the offense goes on the bench, and then they just do the old switcheroo here. It's been going on for quite some time. I don't know why they just let that rule go and let people do that, but here we are. Van der Giesen, the referee, sets it off here, and the Toronto Beaches will go back to work here with possibly a set play 5-on-5. Gonzalez puts it out there. Here comes Fines. He's got all sorts of room underneath. He tries to go far side, short side, but he runs through the crease, and that's Northman ball. Another answer there by Cole Downey. Northmen now go to work. Sanderson with it. He's looking to go underneath. A little swim move, nothing going there, so he comes back around the top. He gets over to Matthews. Matthews with it now. Stops, surveys, comes around the top, gets it over to Kruger. Kruger now with a man inside, but he'll shoot, and that's a great save there by Topping, who was leaning the wrong way, but got his leg out just in time to stop the Kruger shot. Friedman speeds it down the floor, and he turns back, looking to get the offensive unit out for his team. A bad pass there by a defender, and that's right back into the stick of the Northmen, and almost gave it back there. Did Hunter Roy, but the Northmen come out unscathed. 15 seconds on the shot clock now. Matthews comes across the top. He gets it down to Miller. Miller will carry across the top and exchange down to Rossetti. Rossetti looking to go underneath. He has a step, but some help is coming from Toronto. Looked like Rossetti had some chance there to shoot it, but he didn't, and elected to pass it. It got tipped off, and now the Toronto Beaches are on a 2-on-1. Smith now, he shoots. That's off the toe, short side of Downey, and they regain the offensive rebound. And now the defense of Toronto will wisely slow it down as they get the reset. Smith with it now. He's looking to shoot, but he gets it off and gets off. Fines with it now. He comes across up. He's going to shoot. Nope, he clutches and grabs, and here to Taryn. And a nice shot there, and the Northern defender got caught looking at the shot, and Tataryn just slipped by and picked up the rebound. And a nice little far side, short side to regain the lead to 2. You'll see here, Fines carries up and around. He shoots, misses the net, and as we get ball watching and turned around, big number 44 there, Caleb Tadarick, picks up the rebound unscathed and is all alone on Downey and puts one off the post and in. That's probably a goal in any league. Another face-off here for the Northmen, and they win it back cleanly as Campbell wins it to his cousin Berman. Berman gets it over the floor in half. He's pressured wisely here by Pusey. Garen Jennings with it now. Exchanges over to Max Kruger. Max Kruger comes across the top. He's got some space. He'll shoot, and he scores right again to notch it up and back to 1 here within less than 30 seconds of Toronto scoring. A great response by the Northmen to keep this a 1-goal game. You can just see they're just getting some good picks across the top here. Wilson, the newcomer from Elora, is just freeing up the righties on that side very well, as he likes to do. And Mr. Max Kruger comes across the top, finds himself with some space, makes no mistake, and the Northmen regain a 1-goal deficit here, 8-7 in the second period with 3:30 left. Looks like an illegal procedure here by Macedo, and it'll be Northman ball. Matthews with it now. Over to Sanderson. Sanderson's got some space here for a 1-on-1. He's looking to dodge. Goes back over to the left side. Shabbat now with it. Spins off his man. He comes out. He's got a nice little inside feed there to Garen Jennings. And what a goal to tie it up by Garen Jennings and Jackson Shabbat. Jackson Shabbat, a defensive player, sometimes stays up and plays, and he looks pretty offensive to me there, folks, with a nice little pick and roll inside. There wasn't much room there. Watch this here. Garen Jennings, number 4. A nice little turn back and just a beautiful thread-the-needle feed to Garen Jennings, who picks that up, no sweat over his shoulder, and just quickly deposits it in the back of the net. And here we are, all notched up at 8 with 3 minutes left to go in the second period. Campbell with it now in the dot. He wins it clean back to the Northmen. And that'll be scooped up by his cousin, Bishop Berman. Bishop legs it up as he does so often up the floor. Gets it off to Evan Miller. Evan Miller over to Rossetti. Kruger comes through and crashes through the middle. Rossetti comes around the top. He exchanges over to Matthews. Matthews is going to shoot from the top, and that is neatly saved by Topping, who now gets it out, and the Toronto Beaches will have their turn. Gonzalez now with it, surveying across the top. He comes down the short side, a nice little shovel pass out. Oh, a beautiful toe drag move, and a great save there on the Toronto attacker by Downey. Orangeville now with it. Sanderson to Wilson. Wilson surveying. Is he going to shoot over the pile? No, he's going to exchange over there to Matthews. Matthews has some room underneath. He comes in. A great goal short side, and now the Northmen have taken their first lead of the game with just under 2 minutes left in the second period. Matthews with all sorts of room underneath off some great ball movement by Orangeville. And the Northmen find themselves up by 1 for the first time tonight. Matthews just underneath and flashes that stick out nice and high like he's going far side with all that momentum and just drops it back short on the goaltender topping. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the Northmen on top for the first time tonight. Let's see if they can continue this momentum on the faceoff dot with Mr. Campbell. Campbell, a great little bump back to his cousin. That's picked up by the Toronto Beaches, and now Ryan's shovel pass. That's off the mark to Friedman. And a great defensive effort there. And a nice little backhand pass out to Costigan, but that unfortunately is checked out of his stick and goes back to the Beaches. A little soft pressure here by Berman on Crosby. Crosby sends it over to the big man, Caleb Tatarek. Candy with it now. He surveys, gets over to Fines. Fines comes across top on a nice little steal. He's going to shoot, and he's going to find the back of the net and tie it back up, as there's been a lot of 5-hole goals on both goalies tonight from the outside. These open shots are deadly for both teams here tonight from the top. As you can see, Fines comes across. He gets a nice little secondary pick there, and as Shabbat tries to come out to close the gap, he's able to get those hands free and get a shot off and ties it right back up in less than 30 seconds for the Beaches. Back and forth action here tonight on a Sunday Father's Day in the Tony Rose Memorial Sports Complex. Glad you could join us here on the feed, and if you're in the building, make sure you grab a cold pint and enjoy yourself here. You deserve it after all. Looks like an illegal procedure on the face-off. It'll be Beach's ball. Ladon with it. He comes across the top. He's dangerous. Finds his target on the far corner. Beaches will carry up and around, and that's a shot from the outside. A good stick there by the Northern defender, and I thought maybe that would have been off him, but it wasn't. And now the Northmen will get a chance here with 1 minute remaining in the second period. 9-9, all tied up here, back and forth action. Sanderson with it now. He comes across the top. A defenseman falls. He's going to shoot. And that almost tried to go 5-hole. And, oh, a great pickup in front by Kruger as he tries to dump it over top of Topping, but couldn't find the mark. Gonzalez. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So, a deflection, but it ends up that the Toronto player finds was in the crease. That would have been a funny goal for sure. A 5-second discrepancy between shot clock and time clock. The Northmen will call a timeout. And if they are able to wind down the 19 seconds of the shot clock, there will be about 6 seconds left in the game clock for the Toronto Beaches. So we'll see here if they're going to pull the goalie, Downey, or not. They may just elect to go 5-on-5 with a set play, as Coach Bruce Codd is drawing something up for his offense. And the Beaches will do the same on their defensive end, as an ex-Northman over there is drawing up the defensive play. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Hoppers Pizza, Smokey's Garage, Clark Construction Management, and Hoffman Plastic is also on there. And we have here on a Father's Day weekend, start the week rather, and 25 seconds left, tie game, second period. Two teams trying to climb the standings. What else could you ask for, ladies and gentlemen? Here we go now. It looks like goaltender Downey will head back to his crease, and it'll just be a set 5-on-5 play for the Northmen. The ball is going to start in Costigan's stick. He gets it over to Sanderson. Sanderson biding time here. It looks like it's going to be a last-minute shot on the shot clock here. Zay plays back and forth with his lifetime teammate of Jennings. Sanderson now with it. He's going to have to shoot, and that'll be two. That'll be too much holding of the ball there. No shot at all. Dylan Sanderson looking for a call from Vandergiesen, who had his helmet almost taken off by a high stick, but it looks like the whistles are away at this point in the game, as there hasn't been all that many power plays for both teams. And now Toronto will get back to their bench, so they're off. Look to do something with the 5.8 seconds left on the clock. Coach Phil Sanderson, longtime Northland player and coach. Wonderful lacrosse career in junior, major, and pro. Sets his last-minute defense out. And of course, with only 5 seconds remaining on the clock, the Toronto goaltender, Finn Topping, will be on the bench, and it'll be a 6-on-5 effort from Toronto. Looks like Orangeville is going to elect pressure the ball, which I've always liked as a coach. Oh, it looks like they're sending Noble all the way back in, excuse me. I guess Noble took it upon himself to pressure the ball, but that's not the case, as the bench bosses are looking to pack it in. Here come the Beaches. A shot from Fines, and that's gobbled up easily by goaltender Downey. And here we go, folks. It is 9-9, all tied up with 20 minutes left to go here on a beautiful Sunday night. Happy Father's Day. We'll see you back here in 10 minutes for the conclusion here at Tony Rose Memorial Sports Complex. man.
And the only reason he's here is because one of the guys who was Nepean was talking to Nepean. He says, "Yeah, I'd be killer for you on Nepean, but he deserves to play junior A." And now he's a backup, but
Yeah.
a backup to a kid. So
Yeah.
oh yeah, I love coming all this.
So I'm pretty stoked. How are you doing?
It's so sweet. Welcome back, folks, to the Tony Rose Memorial Sports Complex, where the Northmen find themselves knotted up at 9. Having a little bit of technical difficulties here with the microphones. Hopefully we'll get this sorted out here in the next minute or so. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Can you hear me, cameraman Jim? Hello. It's showing on that thing, but I'm not sure what's going on here. Hello. Can you hear me? Are we live? Is there any volume coming? Showing on the screen? Have you turned it down and turned it all the way down yet and turned it back up? Maybe the broadcast is just too... Please text me. Hello. My friend Chad Wilson, can you hear me now as the game goes on? I see you texting me right now live. Willie, can you hear me? Willie, can you hear me? More yes to let me know. Okay, so it sounds like we have volume. We're back here live at Tony Rose with 19 minutes left in the third period. It is all notched up at 9, and the Northmen are on the attack. Matthews with it now. He comes across the top and gets it back over to Kruger. Kruger comes across a nice steal by Sanderson and just misses the far side. Toronto back to work. Toronto comes across the top here now. An exchange over here now. And a shot clock violation will put it back into the stick of the Northmen. Costigan carries a pass mid-floor. He dumps it off to Miller as the Orangeville Northmen go back to work. Rossetti tries to flash underneath. Rossetti comes across the top. Nothing going there as the Toronto defense have all the answers right now. Rossetti tries to come across the top here. He's stopped again. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Miller with it now gets down to Matthews. Matthews looking to shoot. He does, but there's no one there for the offensive rebound, or is there? And the Toronto Beaches will take back control here. Some good pressure here. A good double team and a blindside hit there by Matthews, not the biggest guy, but he forces a over and back, and it'll be Northern ball. Great effort by Matthews there, and he'll get off for a much-needed rest. Kruger now, little hidden ball trick with Miller. Kruger still has it. He sends it down to Sanderson. Sanderson back up to Matthews. A quick rest for him, and he just misses it. And now he's playing hot potato with the Toronto player, and his stick snaps across the floor, and that'll take some time off his play as they're going to try to sort that stick out. Crosby sends it down to the corner on the near side. Toronto waiting for reinforcements. Fines back out there. Toronto now goes to work with Gonzalez carrying. He sends it across to Fines. Fines with it now. He's trying to go underneath. He splits two men. He comes in and a beautiful goal. A beautiful goal by Ethan Fines. A great individual effort who goes down the alley here and splits two Orangeville defenders. You see here he's got a 1-on-2. He just a beautiful roll move to the middle, has all sorts of poise. The far side had cleared out for him, so he's able to get all the way to the far side of the crease. And with all those fakes, causes Cole Downey to raise both shoulders. The stick opens up, and he slides under him neatly to regain the lead. 10-9, Beaches. Here comes the Northmen, and a shot goes off the goaltender and into the crowd or into the corner, and now the Beaches are off. Friedman with it now. He sends it across. Down to the corner to Taderick. Taderick waits and surveys. He sends it up. And now it's on the near side. Up top to Taderick again. Taderick back over here to the near side. Far side shot goes wide, and that'll be a shot clock violation. It'll be Northman ball. Northman lucky that the ball rolled all the way down to the far side. They'll be able to get all 5 men out with a full 30-second clock. Jennings now rolls back over to Rossetti. Rossetti, a great steal by Kruger and a nice shot. Tried to go 5-hole, which has been popular tonight for both goalies, but that's gobbled up by Topping. Ryan carries now. Vivian. He sends it over. And now Ladon. He shoots on the run. He misses the net. And here come the Northmen. Roy, he shoots on the run. A great save there by Topping. And it looks like the loose ball is going to go to Toronto, and they're going to get a little break here. And a great save there. The ball did bounce in the mesh, but not till after the Toronto player went through the crease, and now it'll be Northman ball. Kruger with it now. Over to Jennings. Jennings carries to his left side. It'll be strong right for the Northmen on this shift. Jennings will shoot. And that misses not by much on the short side. That'll be over and back, as it didn't hit the goaltender. Toronto Beaches go back to work with just under 15 minutes left in the third period. They're up by 1. Here comes Toronto. Nice little pass on the inside, and not covered by the Northmen again was Caleb Tatrick, who's had a couple of free looks in the second and third, and he makes no mistake to increase the lead by Toronto by 2. As you can see here on the replay, Tatrick kind of slips out. There's a switch, and it looks like the Northland defender just kind of was on the wrong side of that big body of 44 and was unable to recover as he turned to the middle and made a no-doubter into the back of the net past Downey. Another loose ball, one off the face-off by Toronto. Ryan, he gets it out to Smith. Smith safely put over to Friedman. Friedman back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez off to Bladon. Bladon surveys, he gives it over to Fowler. Fowler with it now carries. He's got a nice pick there from Fines, but no roll to the middle. Bladar, he puts it on net. Or Bladon, sorry, excuse me. Here comes Berman now. He easily gets half and gets off and hands it off to Matthews. Northern offense looking to have their first goal of the third period here. 6 minutes in. Sanderson now down to Kruger. Kruger, a little bit of a mismatch. He comes across the top. That's to Matthews. Matthews gets underneath. A great move. And he tries to cripple it in on the short side. And that ends up pinkling in off of Topping and gets to the back of the net. And a fortunate bounce for the Northmen. As you can see here on the replay, a great move underneath and a nice little short side crippler ends up off the post, off the back of Topping and into the back of the net. Now there is some conversation here between the referees as referee Vandergiesen goes over to the Toronto bench to explain the goal referee Aspros is at center floor, so it does look like we have a good goal, folks, and we're back to a one-goal game. Toronto with the advantage at 11. Your Orangeville Northmen with 10, as an ever-important face-off is had at center floor. A nice face-off there by Campbell. A loose ball here, a scrum, and the captain, Messier, will pick it up and safely get it over to Costigan, who runs it down the floor. Costigan looking to stay on offense, perhaps. He does. Matthews across to Sanderson. Sanderson back to Matthews. Matthews across the top. Not shooting on the run there. A little low pass to Rossetti, but he handles it. Sanderson now bringing it across the top here. A nice flash up under the chin. Matthews across the top. He's going to shoot on the run. What a sting goal! Matthews, he better be careful. He's going to get a penalty over there for unsportsmanlike on the bench as he gets slashed from the bench. I don't blame Toronto for doing it, as it was a little bit much. However, Matthews just stings one short side high on the run. And I said it a few weeks ago, ladies and gentlemen, nobody in the league probably shoots it as good as Mr. Matthews, ripping across the top on the run across the grain. That is not easy to do. It is a skill. And like I said, Mr. Matthews is going to get a penalty for a little bit of showmanship here as he ties it up 11-11. I'm sure he'll learn from that and move on. Not a great look. However, he was fired up, as I think anyone would be with that kind of shot and that kind of goal to tie it up here almost midway through the third period. His team will suffer the consequence, as it will be indeed a face-off, as there has to be after goals. But the Toronto Beaches will have a man advantage for 2 minutes or less. An important face-off here, and Toronto will gobble this up and go to work on the power play.
Northmen goal scored by number 26, Pregame Matthews. Assisted by number 19, Dylan Sanderson. Time to goal 13.
Lennon sets it up as per usual. Fines with it now. Back to the big man up top. That's right in the breadbasket of Downey, and that bounces right into the stick of the captain, Messier. Messier gets it nicely and neatly over to Campbell, who will wait for the offensive unit of 4. Sanderson with it now. He'll calmly waste some time here with 10 seconds left. He's going to look for a shot, and that doesn't miss by much, and he gets thrown down to the ground by Big. And Max Kruger takes exception to Vanderwall, and Vanderwall is up to the match and stands him up. Ladon sets it up. He sends over to Fines, who's now on the crease. Back over here, and Downey has the answer for that and keeps it tied up at 11. 12 minutes remaining. 45 seconds remaining in the penalty to the Northmen. Costing it. Now up to Jennings. Let's see what Jennings has in store. He sends it over to Kruger. Kruger looking to go one-on-one with Ryan. Gets a great pick and an outside shot. A pretty soft call, in my opinion, on the moving pick, as it looked like the Toronto defender maybe took a little bit of a dive there, and a wonderful shot by Kruger beats the goalie. And it looks like Coach Rusty Kruger agrees with my opinion of the call. 15 seconds remaining in the penalty now for Toronto. Fines with it. He sends a nice no-looker, and a far side attempt there by Tatarek misses, and the Northmen pick it up. Costigan with it now. He moves it up to the captain. Messier now with it, and he misses the net just wide. And the rebound goes to Matthews, who misses it, and he's putting some pressure on here. Fines now with it. Oh, and an unbelievable pickup by Fines there, and ends up getting a quality shot off, but Downey has the answer once again late here in the third. Northmen settle it down now as Matthews carries. Near side Matthews. Sends it over to Sanderson. Sanderson to Kruger. He's going to look to get his second goal that's not called back. Matthews with it now. Matthews trying to go underneath. One-handed now. He carries back over top. Looking to exchange. 3 seconds on the clock. That's off the net. And unfortunately, Garen Jennings goes through the crease, so it'll be a possession call for the Toronto Beaches, and Vivian carries over half and dumps it off to Longueuil. Longueuil gets it down to the corner. Working with Fowler. Fowler exchanges to the far side. And here the Northmen have a chance with Shabbat. A clear-cut breakaway. Here he comes. Will he do it? And a save into the breadbasket of Topping. A very tired Shabbat will get off the floor, and the Northmen will get a fresh one out the back door. Here comes Chamberlain. Chamberlain carries. A little bit of pressure here by the Northmen. Fowler puts it down to the far corner to big number 44, Tatarek. Tatarek using his frame to shoot. A good stick there by Gilmore, and good pressure here by Gilmore, but an offensive rebound nonetheless to Toronto. Another great save there by Downey, and yet another reset. Even though it's a quick one, it looks like a delayed penalty for the Northmen. Fowler. He settles it down as Toronto goes 6-on-5. 15 seconds in the shot clock. Fowler with it now. 3 on each side. Back to Fines. Fines is going to shoot a worm burner, and that goes high and wide on the short side. And with 11-11 the score, and 9 minutes and 17 seconds left in the third period, the Toronto Beaches will go back to another power play in the third. Referee Vandergiesen explaining to Coach Codd and Coach Kruger what the call was and looking for some clarification. Bruce Codd, always ever calm, speaking to the referees, does a very good job. I've seen firsthand and also watched him for a number of years. Extremely calculated, extremely intelligent. Does a very good job, is respectful. And it looks like referee Vandergiesen is also tuning in the Beaches coaches on some information that unfortunately we're not privy to, but here we go. The Northmen have Costigan, Captain Messier, Berman, and Bishop Berman's cousin Cooper Campbell on the crease. And now the Toronto Beaches will go to work with Bodon on the top. Tatarek on the shooter there, and Fines on the other shooter. Tatarek, a quick hitter on the inside there for Fines, an open look, but once again, number 1 in the net for the Northmen has the answer. Here comes Costigan. He might shoot, but he doesn't. He elects to kill the clock. Wouldn't mind seeing Sean Costigan taking some more offensive opportunities, as he has great feet and he is a skilled player. However, the Northmen have many of those, and he's doing a great job defensively as well. Sanderson with a shot. Oh, that doesn't miss by much, off the post and out. And that'll be a 30-second reset for the Northmen penalty kill. A beautiful, way on the wrong side, way from the outside shot. Bouncer far side to fool the goaltender, and unfortunately Sanderson couldn't beat the post. Sanderson, jab step. Gets a great pick there by Kruger. No call by the referee this time. Sanderson with it again. He sends it down to Matthews. Matthews carries up top casually. Just looking to kill some clock here, as there's less than a minute now in the power play. 4 seconds left, and Kruger wisely just throws it in the corner not to get a fast break off the goalie. And they'll get their unit of 4 out to kill this penalty. Looks like about one more chance, unless they get a quick offensive rebound by the power play of the Beaches. Bledon passes over to Fines. Fines back up to Bledon. Back over to Fines. Fines will shoot around a big crowd, and that finds the mesh somehow past Downey. It looks like from his reaction that Downey had no idea where that ball was, as he was screened pretty well by the pile at the top of the box. Let's have a better look here on the replay. Fines, yeah, just shoots those big bodies. Costigan's in the mix there as well, but Messier and Tatarek, both great big bodies at the top there, and Fines wisely shoots around the screen and finds the far side on Downey, who had no chance. If you can't see it, you can't save it, as they say. And now we're just under 8 minutes remaining in the third period, and Toronto is back on top by 1, 12-11. Campbell with a nice shot. That's scooped up there neatly by Shabbat, who now carries over easily half and sends it over to Campbell, who now dumps it off to Jennings, and now the offense will go to work. Good to see Shabbat again on offense. He had a nice little pass in there to Jennings last time. Nothing going now, so he's going to swing it. Swings over here to Sanderson now. Sanderson looking to go over top. Great pick there. Nice shot. Tries to go 5-hole again, but Topping has the answer. Toronto with it now. They carry up the side here is Gonzalez. Gonzalez dishes off to Fines. Fines, little fake pass and ducks under Noble and gets it across the floor. Bledon up top. Back over to Fines. Fines looking to go one-on-one on Noble. He gets a stick free and shoots, but that's answered by Downey, and Downey will throw up the floor here now to Adams, who wisely pulls up as he's outnumbered. Rossetti now. Matthews with it. Just over 6.5 minutes remaining in the third. Matthews over to Rossetti. Northmen looking to knot this up here late. Rossetti around the top. He shoots, and that doesn't miss by much. And Matthews wisely gets back there for enough time for Miller to get a shot, and that misses high as well. Rossetti wisely leaves the ball and allows the referees to regather it as Toronto gets their offense out and Orangeville gets their defense out. Gonzalez. Down now to Fowler. Fowler gets it back across here to Bledon. Bledon carries, tries to roll, nothing going there. Good job by Costigan. Outside shot from far, easily saved, and an offensive rebound to Toronto. And with 6 minutes left, they get a reset. Here comes Langiel. Now down to Fowler. Fowler. Over to Bledon. Bledon carries wrong side. He shoots on the run. That misses far side, and that'll bounce down and he's scooped up by Longueuil to save the over and back. 4 seconds remaining on the shot. Longueuil will get a weak shot in on Downey, and he'll easily scoop that up off the chest and dump that off to, Kruger on the far side now. Matthews with it as the Northmen set up. It looks like the Beaches are going to elect to go 4-on-4 and just shut Sanderson off. Good contested shot there by Crosby, sends Rossetti to the ground, and the shot doesn't make it on its way to the net. Big body Vanderwall. He dumps it off to Gonzalez. Into the corner for Taderick. Taderick passes it up there to Fowler. Fowler in the hands of Fines now. Fines, he's going to shoot around it, and he's looking for that far side again, but Downey's all over it. Downey out to Berman, and he'll easily get the half. Miller with it now. Miller out there with Wilson and Matthews. Sends it over to Kruger. Jennings joins the rush. Matthews with it now, looking for something. Comes over top, gets a double steal, but is pushed out neatly by Friedman. Here comes Jennings. Tries to go short side. A good save there by the goaltender and scooped up by Maseko. Toronto now with it with Friedman. No relation to Elliott. Here come the Beaches. Fines with it now, as he always has. He tries to shoot around the captain, but Messier has no problem getting the stick on that, and now he picks it up and tries to run it out of trouble as he's neatly pressured. No hold called. Could have been one, but the referees look like they have put their whistles away here for the last 3.5 minutes. Northmen down by 1, looking to tie it up here with this possession. Rossetti back down to Kruger. Kruger now carries across the top. He gets it off to Jennings, and Jennings will put it right back to Rossetti, and a great stick check there by Cale Ryan. Great anticipation there to take it away from Rossetti. And the Beaches come back the other way. Ryan. Over to Fowler. Fowler carries wide on Berman. Fowler with it still. Berman pressuring. Trying to pin him on the boards, but Fowler keeps his feet moving. Fowler across the side. Far corner now for the Beaches. Little pass inside to the big man. That bounces around a little bit, but stays out of the net on Downey as Caleb Tatarek uses his big frame to get inside. And now the Northmen will go 6-on-5. They're going to fake it, and the goaltender will go back in just for a quicker change. And they'll remain 5-on-5. Only one goal down means nothing in lacrosse, folks. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Matthews with it over to Sanderson. Sanderson now. He looks to shoot around the screen, and that's gobbled up neatly. And oh my goodness, what a save by Finn Topping on Kruger, who picked up a rebound from Sanderson and tried to float it over top. But Topping was able to stay up top and make the save. Orangeville with it. Good pressure by Berman. He beats his man with a swim move. Picked up by Costigan now. Another swim move, but Costigan stays with him. Great stick check there by Costigan, who sends it out of bounds, and it'll be Northman ball. Excellent effort there and energy by Sean Costigan to get that ball back for the Northmen. Under 2 minutes remain now. 1 goal down, the Northmen are. Matthews will carry. Cougar down to Sanderson. Sanderson now left alone by not being shut off anymore by the Beaches. 5-on-5 action here. Jennings over to Cougar. Cougar will try it. Oh, nice one-timer there, but that misses the net just short side by Matthews. And it looks like we're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Less than 1.5 remains. And we'll see if the Toronto Beaches are still going to push for a goal or if they're just going to take 30 seconds off the clock and let their defense go back to work. Fines with it now. Looks like they're going to attack. Bodon carries. Sends it out to the big man. To Tarek. And that's neatly saved by the Northman goalie, Downey. And the Northmen wisely call a timeout with 1:07 left, 28 on the shot. And they're going to try to draw something up to tie this game up late here in the third. Back and forth action all night here at the Tony Rose Sports Complex. And again, just want to wish a happy Father's Day to everyone. I've had a couple of texts from people wanting shout-outs, so we got good news. Our friend Gino Lorenz is off the toilet and on the golf course, doing well again. With my cousin Sean Gilmore, who is in attendance now after he's probably hacked and slashed it around to over 100 on the course and in attendance to watch his son on this Father's Day. Both teams looking to either score or stop the next goal. We'll see if the goaltender comes out, and it looks like Cole Downey is out of the net. It'll be 6-on-5 Northmen, so you got to believe that if the Northmen lose the ball, it'll be all 6 men attacking and trying to get the ball back right away instead of changing. Here we go now. Jennings will start with the ball on his own end. He'll run it up here with 1:05 on the clock, ticking down. 22 on the shot clock. As they play catch, a little pressure from the Beaches. Here comes a nice couple cross pass into Jennings. Jennings tries to shoot, and a wonderful save by Topping. And here the Northmen are pressing, and it looks like Toronto was able to call a timeout with 51 seconds left, wisely called by the bench. And now Toronto will look at their 5-on-5. And with 51 seconds remaining, they are going to look for a last shot, perhaps, maybe dump it in the corner. Or will they trust their offense to attack and late in the 30 take a shot and try to gather up an offensive rebound? Only time will tell here. A discrepancy of about 22 seconds from shot clock to game clock. As the Northmen prepare their last-minute defense with Coach Philip Sanderson, and the Toronto Beaches strategize with their offensive coach. I apologize, I don't know the name of him. As ex-Northman Damon Edwards looks on as he runs the defense. Wonderful career Damon has with Northmen and pro lacrosse. And it looks like the Northmen are going to elect to stay 6-on-5. And they're going to double the ball here, double the ball carrier. and try to lock off and out-athletic the Beaches here. Double team here, Friedman, great wheels. He gets up the corner and gets the ball. Pass. It looks like he's going to have a free shot. He's going to score. And you got to believe, excuse me, that might be it for the game with 44 seconds left. Now, stranger things have happened here in lacrosse. As we've all seen, if you've watched lacrosse for any extended period of time, goals can come quick and come often. So if the Northmen, and they will elect to keep the goaltender out of the net, as they need to now, or excuse me, Downey will be going back out, but watch him to come off quickly. Cooper Campbell, of ever important face-off here. Northmen have to score one quick, and it'll be Northmen ball. Here come the Northmen. You got to believe that they're going to want to go right away here with 44 seconds left. They got to score. They've got to score soon. Matthews with it now carries. Time running out quickly. Here comes Rossetti. He's going to shoot, and that's off a Toronto defender, and that'll stop the clock with 34 seconds remaining. Northmen have to shoot quickly now. They've got to score fast. They've got to go. Will they go quickly? Here comes Sanderson. He's going to shoot now, and that's off the chest of the defender. And now another shot. That's blocked by the defense. And here comes Rossetti, blindsided by a big hit by Chase Smith. And Max Kruger takes exception as he comes in high and hard on Smith, as he didn't like the hit to Rossetti. Referees blowing their whistles to try to end the mayhem, and it seems to work. It looks like both Smith and Kruger will go to the box for the extracurriculars after the whistle. 20 seconds remain. Northmen down 13-11. By some sort of miracle, looking to score 2 goals in 20 seconds. It looks like it will be Toronto ball, as Kruger did take the second penalty. So, by the rules, it should be Beach's ball to start. You got to believe Orangeville will keep Downey on the bench and try to go 5-on-4 here, double the ball. Coach Codd looking for clarification on the call and how many men he's allowed on the floor. Now referee Vandergiesen looking to talk to Gonzalez and Matthews to shore things up, and it looks like everything's all squared away. Oh, it'll be Northman ball here. Looks like perhaps Vandergiesen's looking for one more man to go in the box for Toronto, and I guess that's why it'll be Northman ball. We got to believe that Northmen, with 20 seconds left on the clock here, will maybe a 1 or 2 pass maximum and a shot on net to try to score, and hopefully their face-off man Campbell will be able to get it back and will be able to go back to work with about 10 seconds left. Sanderson will start at mid-floor. Clock winding down. Northern have to shoot here. Jennings has an opportunity. A little one-timer. They run it out of time. Sanderson shoots, and that's blocked by Toronto. 10 seconds remain now. They're going to have a shot here by Matthews, and he gets one off. A great save, and Jennings was able to score. And they might want to take a look at the clock, as it looked like there was a little more than 6 seconds left as that ball entered the net. And just hold up here, folks. There might be some action here left. Coach Kruger and Coach Codd are on the same page I am with the 6. I believe 6.1 was on the clock here, and as they sort it out, it'll be Northman in the offensive end only. No goalie. And here comes the drop. 3, 2, and it won't be enough time for the Northmen to try to get back into this. And a back and forth night between Toronto Beaches and Northman end in a 13-12 win here on a Father's Day Sunday at Tony Rose Memorial Sports Complex. Thank you for joining us, folks, on the broadcast. We'll see you next time, and have a safe trip home. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers, and we'll see you next week.